If we want to think that the black woman is perfect in 2023 that I grew up with, I could think about the little insecure girls that I grew up with, myself being one. And if you have not done the work, and I'm not just talking spiritual, I'm not talking about making as much money as you can. I'm not talking about becoming Mrs. So-and-so as soon as possible. I'm not talking about getting abortion so that you could say that you never were a baby mama. I'm not talking about any of that stuff. But if you want to think the black woman is perfect, then we've got some perfecting to do. And if you are not doing the work on yourself to fix your attitude, to fix the way you think, to fix the way that you speak, to fix the way that you do everything in your internal world, because as within, so without, you can only give out what you have within. And if you are not doing the internal work first, and the first step is the spiritual work, because the spiritual work is going to feed you what you need to fix on the inside. You can't get in touch with your higher self until you get in touch with yourself. I don't know what that meant, but it meant something. It's tip jar worthy. But you have to do the work to heal yourself in order to be perfect. I just see how perfect we are and how perfect we pretend to be. And in the past, it came across, or it manifested as judgment, measuring myself against them, because that's what judgment is, measuring yourself against someone else to feel superior, which is not of us. We do not have superiority complexes over here. Superior is not our thing. Supremacy, superiority, singular, only one, exclusive, not inclusive, that's not of us. So for us to sit in judgment of each other, we are choosing by far and by large within our community to participate in something that is not of us. But I would sit and I would measure myself and my authenticity against everybody else's inauthenticity until I evolved and realized that the only person I should be judging is myself.
Money on my mind, money on my mind. Throw it up, watch it fall from the sky. Throw it up.
So anyway, I went through school wanting to be accepted, wanting to be liked, but never being accepted and never being liked, and being the outskirt friend who was the friend with the popular kid, but was never really liked. The throw under the bus friend, yeah, that was me. But I was okay with being the throw under the bus friend because I still got invited to the parties, just wanting to be liked, wanting to be accepted. And so I find myself in the same crowd again because my demographic, you guys are either my elders, which I have always had mommy issues, and I have always found surrogate mothers. I have always related to people older than me. My peers used to hate me because while they're all in there kikiing and talking about the dumb stuff that kids talk about, I'm in the kitchen talking to their dad about who knows what conversations I was having at 14 with adults. But I would be in the kitchen talking to the adults because I don't relate to children. Never have. And so I understand how my demographic is per the statistics. Per is my age or older, but what I'm saying is older raised my age. And my age, if you have not done the work, you are a bunch of mean girls. Because I had my friends, I had my crew, I had my down-ass chicks. And then I had I can straddle both sides where I could be nice to the outcasts, i.e. myself, and I'm still cool enough to hang out with the cool kids. So that's the one that could play both sides, They have compassion. They know how to mask, but they have compassion because probably in a point in their life they were me. You were me. I wonder if you were me. Because I'm at different levels in my life where I'm like, I see you. Why? Because I was you. And so, I don't know if I made the point, just not knowing yourself in my transparency and being vulnerable. I've always wanted to be accepted by my peers, and I've always felt not accepted by my peers. And the more comfortable I am in my skin, the less I am accepted by my peers. It's like the less, bougie. When someone's bougie and they're not in touch with themselves, they usually present nails did, hair did, everything did, right? And when someone presents down to earth, you catch me how you catch me. And I think that's something to explore. You can tell the people who are masking the most because they're more perfect within their mask. They have all of the things. And in that desire for acceptance, I experience a level of insecurity. And it's okay for me to admit that insecurity, because then I can begin to do the work to explore the root of said insecurity. We're always so quick whenever somebody shows chinks in their armor, or I wanted to say something more vulnerability. Boom, that's a good word. Whenever someone shows vulnerability, we immediately come to them and put band-aids on them like they're leaking. No, you're fine. Why? Because in that vulnerability, they can admit that there's deficits and there's areas where work needs to be done. But if everyone's coming to our aid and saying you're fine, and it's kicker, the people who's coming to our aid saying you're fine, are the same people who have been looking at you thinking what you finally are admitting to yourself. But for some reason, they won't say to you, oh my God, I'm so happy you finally woke up to that. You want to know how many times over the past 5 months Bailey has said, oh my God, I'm so happy you woke up to that? Yeah, that's a real friend. A friend's not going to tell you you're fine because it feels good. A friend's going to tell you, I'm really happy that you woke up to that, because now you can do the work. What's good, y'all? I'm LoneeAppleton. I am a healthy family advocate. If that is your content of choice, please consider following, commenting, sharing, reposting videos with your community so that we can grow, as well as supporting the community by putting a tip in the jar, shopping the merch, and picking up your copy of What's the Best That Can Happen at LoneeTaylorArt.com.